Hey, good afternoon. How is everyone doing? I'd like to take the time and welcome you to another morning Glory Apostolic Prophetic Center video. And today we're going to talk about what do you do when you have nothing to lose? What do you do when you have nothing to lose? And as I was riding home early this morning, I, I look at the things uh, as well as the people that I encountered in my life. And then all of a sudden, it's gone. And I look back and I'm trying to understand why things I enjoy, cared about, love, whatever words I want to use. Why is it that when I needed them the most, needed it the most, all of a sudden it's no more? And then we got to realize that for some of us, we claim God to be our all in all. We claim God as our source. We claim, we claim God that we have faith in Him. But the minute some of us lose things that we held dear to our hearts, for lack of better words, or that we cared for, oftentimes we got mad at the situation, or we got mad at the person. And for many of us, we never asked God why. I think that's what's different between me and other people. I understand how the Bible teaches life is just like a vapor. It can be here today and gone tomorrow. So understanding we are in judgment season, and in fact we are being judged. Even me and the decisions I make, uh, the words I say, I got to I got to walk circumspectly because not only am I the teacher, I'm a student also. So we're gonna be in Luke. Yeah, we're gonna be over here in Luke chapter 16. Because many of us, the things that God has given us, we haven't been good steward over. And now many of us sit and pray and hope and say that we treating people right or we doing things right, but we have no clue that God sees how dishonest we are within ourselves. And the reason a lot of people can't understand the season of judgment that we in, because for many of you, you're able to fool people with your mouth, with your action, but you can't fool a person when they're looking at your spirit and looking at your heart. Luke 17:1 says, He also said to his disciples, there was a certain rich man who had a steward, and an accusation was brought to him that this man was wasting his goods. So he called him and said to him, what is this I hear about you? Give an account of your stewardship, for you can no longer be steward. Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my master is taking the stewardship away from me. I cannot dig. I am ashamed to beg. I have resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their house. So he called every one of his master's debtors to him and said to the first, how much do you owe my master? And he said, 100 measures of oil. So he said, take your bill and sit down quickly and write 50. Then he said to another, how much you owe? 100 measures of wheat. He take your bill and write 80. So the master commended the unjust servant because he had dealt shrewdly. For the sons of this world are more shrewd in their generation than the sons of light. God has given us of stewardships over different things, even our own life. So a lot of you live your life based on how other people perceive you, what kind of car you drive, what kind of clothes you wear, the cologne you wear, how you look to the world. And many of you are lying by your looks. And most of you are afraid for people to find you out. So Jesus gave this parable. But in this state of time that we're in, God is checking our stewardship. And a lot of you, although you understand it, you haven't been faithful in it. So we're coming into this month that God is trying to see what you really willing to give up for the sake of the kingdom. Will you really give up your life and just travel around the world and preach? Or do you need a husband or a wife first? Will you really give your own house up and just give it to people? Or do you need rent money? Or you need to make sure who go in and out? Will you really give up that car and pay the note? Or you gonna need a little something on it? Or why don't you just pay the insurance? A lot of things that many of us have been blessed with that we say God gave it to them, a lot of that is going to be called into question. Case in point, even the house I'm staying in. When she first bought this house, it's for the kingdom. It's for the kingdom now. And when I just mentioned I'm coming to, I was going to go toward Houston way. And then when it mentioned I wasn't married anymore because they thought I was coming here with my with the ex-wife and Joey. I said, no, we ain't together no more. The kingdom said, come to my house. The kingdom have need of a lot of things because many of us stuck on ourselves. We haven't been good stewards over what God gave us. He tried to tell some of us that we haven't been a good steward over our life, but we cuss people out because they don't allow us to live our life. We're looking for people to give us things or show some kind of solace in how we treat them, but we don't understand we thinking wrong. I woke up this morning and I was thinking about the ex. I said, that heathen, don't she see me still trying to? I'm talking to God. I said, that heathen so prideful, they won't even call and say, hey, I appreciate you for sending and giving Joey what he want, even though we ain't together. That's what I was thinking. You know what that Holy Spirit quickened me real quick? He said, why are you looking from recognition from a person who don't understand? She didn't tell you to do it. I told you to do it. That's my child. You my child. That's why you doing what you doing. I shut my mouth. I shut my mouth because instantly I understood something. God will use whoever he want to get us on this earth. But no matter how old we get or how young we are, we still a child of God. So a lot of us, God is finna check your stewardship. How you really live your life. I'm talking about the life you live when ain't nobody looking. That kind of life. I'm talking about the things you do that pastor and them don't know and you thought you got away with. I'm talking about the lies you done told and you think you done got away with it. I'm talking about the hatred that you spewed on others because of your own hate. It's a shame that we see all this destruction coming and had some of us prepared like we had been telling y'all for a year and a half. A lot of y'all wouldn't be out food. A lot of y'all wouldn't be where you at. But because you're not listening or you under the wrong leadership, you spiritually dead trying to follow a living God. So here he said, where's your stewardship? He said, give her account. So when God comes to me, let me let me test the people. Let me test the churches. Let me test the mentees that I entrust you with. Let me see what they know. Let me test your heart. Let me test your walk. Let me make sure the things you done and I ain't said then that you don't think you got away with. I laugh at people who come to me and try to speak to me like they say I think I'm perfect. I'm well aware of everything I am. The problem is I don't let what I may do, don't do, will do, I don't let it condemn me to the point that I don't seek God for vengeance. And what I mean by vengeance, God, why you don't kill my flesh in that area? That's the way I run mine. I run a tight ship in my life. You don't see me around this gossip about people. See, that's why all the lies, the mistruth, the the horrific things I had to suffer, it doesn't bother me. Watch this. I don't have nothing to live for. So when you come to a point that God takes things from you, you enjoy the things while you got them, but they don't make my life. That's why I often tell people I don't have no value in nothing because I don't want nothing to become more valuable than my relationship with God. So when it comes to relationship, I don't need nobody around me that a relationship with a human is more than a relationship with God. I don't need nobody around there with me. I don't need nobody who having nice clothes and house. Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's not a foundation in the world I live in. See, if one come to me right now talking about what you bring to the table, that's the last thing you say to me. That's speaking to my flesh. They let me know you flesh. See, you got to come to me with some plans from the man upstairs. You got to know who you are. You got to know where God taking you. Yeah, going on trips, fine. You know, beaches, hanging out, all that's good. All that's good. But when it come time for the kingdom, what do you got that can add on? What you got? So when God begins to ask you about your stewardship, have many of you dealt unjustly? See, this guy here, see, he said, what shall I do? See, some of y'all have made a living manipulating people so long with the gospel, you ain't got nothing else to do. I was riding today, I'm looking at, I still look at the lawnmowers, but I don't have that. I don't have that joy in my heart when I when I was out there. And I'm saying to myself, well, God, would you ever put that joy back? Because he told me to quit. And when he told me to quit, I lost the joy. I used to smile when I see a new lawnmower, see something I ain't got, and I'm looking, and I say, I got to get that. I used to smile when I ride past people who just started, and I just started. And I used to see the guys with the cover trailer, and I couldn't wait till I got that. I don't smile like that. I look, I know what they got, but there's no happiness in it. See, some of you, your happiness was based on how you manipulated people, took things from them, used your false relationship with God. So here, the servant says, the master is taking his stewardship away from me. He said, what am I do? I can't dig. I'm too ashamed to beg. See, what that servant knew. He knew his poor stewardship would be exposed, but he knew He probably was in that cushy office so long that they just came in and paid him. Then watched it. He said, I'm ashamed to beg. That's when that pride set in. So here we got a man that had poor stewardship skills because he had no life skills. See, when I mentioned them lawnmowers earlier, I said, okay, if I need to do such and such and such and such, I said, I don't mind getting back out there cutting no grass. But watch what I did. God, would you ever put the joy in to do it? Because I can't do nothing without joy. See, when I ain't got no joy in it, I don't have peace in it. And this the thing, we gonna have some good, real good wisdom and revelation. That's why I don't understand in a relationship. Oftentimes, when you tell people certain things that bother you, or certain things that you're not quite right about it, especially when it's dealing with peace and joy and stuff like that. Why do you become the victim? Because you're expressing what you feeling. I done heard that a lot lately. It even in situations I've been in. You trying to be truthful and tell the truth, but then you blackball because you tell the truth, is for lack of better words. And what gets me, they never get rid of the problem. They make you the problem. It's sad. That's why that's why relationships in this day and age, it's so easy to go from one man to the next because nobody wants to hear the problem to make things better. They just call you the problem and things get worse. So watch what this man did. He made friends with the master's debtor. See, watch this. So you tell me all the time they've been paying him, he never considered them a friend. See, watch people who try to get close to you when they losing things that's important to them. See, and I understand that we can't live our life in fear. I understand we can't just take everybody out to get us. But when you sit back and you look at people who done took from you more than they done gave, who done stole from you, who done lied on you, but yet they say you the best thing they ever had, you gotta be careful of them people. You know, you know how it feels to be around people that you'll do anything for and they steal from you, or they lie to get things from you, or they try to tear you down with seemingly personal secrets that you try to talk to 'em. Now y'all see why Brother Hubbard leave a secluded life. These niggas ain't no good. The women either. But yet they claim to be. And in some cases, you got some good ones, and sometimes you look over character flaw. But we moving toward the end of ages. You can't look over something that ultimately at the end try to kill you, try to damage you. So watch this. This guy was dishonest, but it says the master commended the unjust servant. See, I could be wrong in a decision, but right in my actions. He round here trying trying to shortchange the master. And a lot of y'all shortchanging God. He ain't said much. You shortchange him because of what you need, what you want, how you want to live, what you got to do. But yet you say, whatever you want, God, I'll do it. And we will to a point until it's something that we want. Then that ain't God. Then God wouldn't tell me to do that. See, this parable is peculiar. And I could see it might be the one his most difficult because he used a dishonest person to prove a point. See, first, the steward, he knew called, he would be called to account for his life. And he took it seriously. Then he took advantage of his position. See, watch this. Jesus told the story to commend the man because we only gonna move truthfully when we know our head on the chopping block. When he know his time was about up. But yet he shortchanged people because he was in a rush. Don't wait till God come and ask you for an account of what you do. Just do it. Don't take your position lightly. See, that's why when I be teaching y'all sometimes, I tell you what I pray for. God, am I making a mistake? Show me if I'm making a mistake. Am I saying the right thing? I'm doing the right thing. I don't take this kindly coming from where I came from. But you got a lot of people who don't care. You got a lot of leaders claim they leaders, but they ain't leading. See, watch this. I got a problem with leaders who say they called by God, but you only have one service a week. What that fire at you about? You have 1 hour service a week. And the rest of the week you don't say that. I got a problem with people who ain't really got no fire. See, if we pursue the kingdom with the same zeal that this dishonest man was trying to prove he was valuable to the kingdom in a deceitful way, I wonder, would the power of God really flow on this earth? I wonder. Verse 9 says, "And I say to you, make friends for yourself by unrighteous mammon, that when you fail, they may receive you into an everlasting home." See, what Jesus was doing, he transferred the parable to a principle. We need to prepare for what's to come. I was looking at the TikTok, and what's his name? Little baby. He got that little fine girl, Jada Waiter, but little baby got money, so he hitting anything he can. I know he paying good because the you know Jada, his baby mom, Lord, and he got this new girl, and he bought us all these Chanel purses, and then I guess she got salty because he caking and knocking the doing down. She gets on Instagram and start talking about her Hermes purses, which is more than Chanel. But she was playing that Get 'em Glow song in the background. So I'm laughing to myself. I said that to transfer to this parable. What good is it that you able to change purses, shoes, hair color, and then every week, but you ain't got nothing that says, okay, God, I know this world finna end. What do I need to buy so my family can be safe, that my children can be safe, that my children know what to do? It's a what's that little boy name? I can't think of his name. He on TikTok. I think he about 8 years old. Might be 12. I don't even remember because he's short and real, but he's a little white boy. That white boy know everything it is about a John Deere tractor. They didn't have them all on TV because when you talk to him, he's very knowledgeable about tractor, especially John Deere. They even got him a little nice big size one. He get up there and he be, they helping he riding. So I say this: why are we training our bringing children up in this day and age that beauty and clothes still gonna be important and the world is coming to an end? Why y'all don't find no farm instead of buying them dunks, them Jordans, sitting them in a little manicure, getting their nails and all that hair done? Why you don't take them to a farm for the weekend? Teach them how to milk that cow. Teach them how to that darn chicken and pluck that chicken. Because what happens if you die suddenly? All they gonna have is beauty skills, how to keep up with the culture. But don't nobody teach your children how to keep up with the spirit. We sad. I look at that little boy. One thing they didn't work very long. One thing Joey and my son can say: when I take them to work, they remember they work with dad, and I paid them. My son talk about it now. He said, Dad, I was lost. He said, you put that big backpack blow on me. We was over them rich white folks' house. And when I hit it, it was blowing me back. But you kept telling me, keep going, keep going. Took old Joey, cut some grass and some branches was in the way. Cause he, Joey ain't that big, but he get sick by the grass. So I ain't let him do much. But I let him pull them sticks. Took him to me to work on the farm. That was so funny. Took him to me work on the farm. He became my boss. The man got Jordan riding around, and I was pissed off, but I wasn't pissed off. He got Jordan riding around on the little sport utility vehicle, and in my, I said, that's my job to teach Joey to drive. So it caught me off guard, but he was liking, so what Joey was getting. Because he said, don't be scared. Let him know you know how to drive. He driving that. Next thing you know, he playing with the cows and the pig. I said, boy, you supposed to be helping me. It was a real farm. I'm scared of the big bulls. Them things were like this. Joey go over there and play with them, man. But what I'm saying, if all your children know it's the latest style, you fail not only as a parent, but as a child of God. We can't preach and teach to these people that this world gone in and all they know is how to match their toes with their nails, how to match their shirt with their shoes, how to put on bras. What y'all gonna do when it ain't around? So what you gonna do when you ain't got nothing to lose? Y'all gonna struggle. Take them out in the woods and get one of them done like them homeless people give them. Teach them how to filter their own water. Y'all do know, well, most of y'all don't know, because a lot of prophets holding back a lot of, I'm gonna call them end time prophetic words. Do you know you got to go a little bit of Texas and go straight up and over? Everything on the right side is gonna be destroyed. Everything on the left side, it'll still be here, but it's gonna look like what's that movie I keep talking, the Book of Eli? That's how it gonna look. But it's gonna be here. The other part, y'all do know Florida is gonna sink in the ocean, don't you? Of course y'all don't, because you keeping up with the culture. You ain't keeping up with the spirit. You calling people leaders and prophets and preachers, and they don't know nothing. So in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. See, riches promises much, but they don't perform nothing. I didn't had, I probably the beat, and this the honest God truth. I probably done touched over $2 million in my life. I said touched it, not all together, because it was worthless. I didn't know what I was doing. I know I probably touched it. Just thinking back, but what if I had been a good steward? See, a lot of y'all holding out because you got something what you want to do. But God pressing in some of your hearts, your spirit, and it told some of you what He wants you to do. You don't see yourself doing it because you too important right now. Yeah, you too important. You about to have a baby. You might be about to get married. Might be about to buy a house. Might be about to see. It's a lot of things that you want to do first before you obey God. But God, just let me do this, and then I'm gonna do such and such and that stuff. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. See what God's showing some of y'all, He can't trust you. Judgment season, resting season. Some of y'all finna rest in knowing how vindictive you are, how angry you are, how bitter you are, how self-serving, selfish, and prideful you are. And watch this. You're gonna begin to lose stuff little by little because you weren't a good steward to what God gave you. And he who is unjust in what is least is also unjust also in much. See, that's why some of y'all, that's why you can never catch a break. Because the minute God give you a little extra money, you down at the Lulu store, shaking that thing. That's the Lulu challenge you got. You got the Lulu challenge and tell Zeus, whatever, whatever y'all do with Zeus, everything is important about but God. And now your life is basically going to waste. Dog, I can't find it. Cause see, with Lulu, left leg got this red, right leg something. She on the floor bouncing cause she got on Lulu short. And then you got Zeus. They whatever they do, but they hit their face, and then when they come, they face they had these little, y'all had them the hats on and all that, and your face all messed up, and then they do it, then they got on a face full of makeup, and everybody on there going crazy. But we telling y'all what the world finna do, and don't nobody want to listen. That's what they did in Noah Day. But that's all right. When that door shut and that rain come down, if you round my house and you bamming on the door, I'm picking you out one by one. I don't even want your handprints on my door. Might throw me some alligators around the moat. You know, put them put them gators out there in the water. And some of them water moccasins. Yeah. Because y'all don't want to listen. See, when you faithful in the little things, it shows God how you gonna be faithful with much. That's why some of your businesses can't take off. That's why you don't some of y'all can't really have a relationship. You don't see that you ain't faithful. You can't see you ain't no good steward. You some of you live your lives for the praises of people. See, watch if if you if you only good around the circle that know you, you ain't no good. See, especially in your ministry, you got to move around. If you only known in your circle and you go somewhere else, nobody can recognize who you are. Something wrong. Something wrong. Because If you only good in one place, why you right here and trying to ask God, can you go to the nation? See, we don't want to lose the thing we got. That's why I was saying it, but I was kidding saying it, but I meant what I was saying. So when I asked the question, are you willing to lose what God gave you so he can give you what he wants you to have? I was telling you then, some of y'all had to make a choice. Everything God gave you, it's okay if God gave it to you. But he got better in store. But you don't think you got a better car, a better house, a better job, a better life. So you stuck in that spirit of familiarity in your own deceitful game because you ain't went nowhere, but you keep talking like you up here. Some of y'all got a lot of ideas, but you ain't went nowhere. Some of y'all on Facebook, you got 5 businesses, CEO of everyone, but your bank account look like you getting unemployed. Uh, Calling Brother Hubbard, want Brother Hubbard to work on credit. Thought you got 5. I thought you got y'all some. I ain't gonna have 5 businesses and a CEO of everyone, but you ain't got no money. Your lifestyle don't show it. The Bible said don't despise small beginning. Y'all want to lie like you the cream of the crop, and then you come to people like me and think I just supposed to do stuff for free. Brother Hubbard got to eat. I got 2 spoiled boys that always want something. Huh? I got a truck out there. I guess it needs fixing now. All the coals coming on with. I see about it. Because I ain't found the one I like. I got to feel it. Got to feel it. Somebody might buy me one. Who knows? You know, somebody might give me one. Who knows? But watch this. I'm faithful with everything I got. That's why I always get more. That's why I'm worried about losing things, losing people, losing engagements or anything that people think you hurting me because no, I don't value nothing. So it don't mean that what you do, you give me rest. Because now I can get him, grab my remote, and I don't think I seen all of it. So I got to binge watch Empire. Then I got to binge watch Mary J. Blige show. I got to be a Power. I got to see what's going on with Power 2.0. Got a ministry to build now. I don't care about stuff. All stuff does is cause unnecessary problems. And that's how God see many of you. You begging for stuff, and you can't even handle the little bit you got.